I'm just getting chickens in charge. And we'll do this. Banners. The chickens are in charge. There we go. Hydra-headed chicken. Biscuit driving me crazy. That's all day. Let's see what's happening. This is what's happening. Right. What is the story? Alright. Looking here. Alright. Alright. No. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. Just random noises scare the shit out of me. And come on, chickens. Work with me, chickens. Work with me. Fuck me sideways. Jesus Christ. If you can't trust a rubber chicken, who can you trust? Stop it. Stop it, chickens. Why are you doing this? Oh, maybe if I bring this across here. There we go. Chickens in charge. And once more. All right. Okay. And once more. Okay, that's ready. Oh, shit. Which one's got the vodka in it? Empty, shite. Something. And empty. I've got two empty ones. Dang. What's this smell like? Okay. It's empty. What's this smell like? Not helpful. Okay, so what's in this? Oh, pretty sure that's port. That is port. That is certainly port. That is certainly vodka. The old 100% method. All right. Okay. Moving right along, let's get this show on the road. Hey, Justin. Oh, was that the soccer? The Matildas? I think from what I saw on social media, it was a bit tense. Okay. I'm so fucking behind on everything tonight. I am just going to do this. The spirit has been in the pill for about 4 days, and it's really taken on. The spiritus has been in the pill for 4 days. It's really taken on some color, and I'm assuming flavor, but I'm not about to drink spiritus straight. So now I'm going to do 2 things. Come on. Given this container holds about 400 mils and there's around 100 mils of spiritus in there, I'm going to fill it up by adding about 100 mils of a blood orange sugar syrup I made. And then I'm going to top the whole thing off with vodka, which should be around 200 mils of vodka. In my case, it's barrel-aged vodka. So that should be some interesting flavor going in there as well. All right. Deep suspicions this is going to fuck up on me. Really been... Oh no, I just did that. I just realised what I've done. Behold, what have I done? Better world for everyone. Interesting thing, all the recipes I've seen online for making your own liqueurs say to leave it for anywhere from a month to several months. I'm not doing that. This is more a test. This will probably be in total, I don't know, a week or 2 getting that flavor in there. And I'll see what it's like. And honestly, if it tastes good, I maybe will put the effort in to letting it age for months to apparently get some real flavor in there. But for now, this is going to go aside and I will see you, I don't know, in a week or 2 my time. couple of seconds your time. All right. So that's that for now. Hello, Heine. Oh my God, it was a penalty shootout. God damn, that's always intense when a game's decided by a penalty shootout. All right. So that's one thing done that I wanted to do. I don't have a drink to drink. The lily, the pink, the pink, the pink. Savior of the human race. Minds are all sticky. Probably going up against England. Okay. No, I'm going to put some elevator music on for a second. I have to go out and wash my hands and then get ready. Feeding the duck. Okay, now we're ready to make a short video, and that will also just give me a cocktail. I don't have any fucking on it. God damn it. Alright, well, lucky there's elevator music on. Gosh darn it. I'm going to get some ice. Here I am. And I'm back. Okay. Oh! Turn the elevator music off. Oh, nice. Watching the shootout. Okay. Right, what was the video I was going to make? A red lion, gin, orange liqueur, Lemon juice, grenadine. Oh, yeah, my grenadine's there. Okay. Royal Hawaiian, gin, pineapple juice. Succulent blood. Mezcal. Okay. Going to make those. And I just need to re-look up how they're supposed to be presented because I didn't commit it. Come on, computer. Get your shit together. Fucking load a website for me, bitches. All right. Not the boring beside. All right. Let's go. Circulate. How's that? Honestly, performing like 10 kinds of shit. There we go. Succulent blood. Let's see what it looks like. Come the fuck on. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Just when I've got to give up and it's going to reload. Okay, served up in a coupe. Okay. Rock and roll. It's not very big. In a Nick and Nora. God, what was the other one? Red Lion. Red Lion. Difford's recipe. And it is served in a Nick and Nora glass. Okay, looks like we're making these in a Nick and Nora glass. I'm going to make a Red Lion first. That's what I'm going to do. That's a hot take. Soccer would be more interesting if you got rid of the goalkeeper. I like that as a hot take. All right. I need to fucking clean this out. God damn it. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Okay, struggle. Push, struggle. So I have a drink to drink because I want a drink to drink. All right. This is getting get better. All right. Oh. All right, let's get this on. Erg shenanigans. Okay. Get ingredients. Okay, orange liqueur. Now, what's that friggin' tickle in my nose? Honestly. Where's the triple sec? That's a triple sec. Okay, triple sec. Dry gin. Blood orange juice. And sugar syrup. Okay. And orange bitters. Where's my orange bitters? Okay. All right. God damn it. Making my shit together. But my shit is not together. There we go. That's a boot. All right. All right. All right. Your body well, right. Do I have my other thing here? Yes, I do. All right. Better. All right. So we had our shit ready. 45 mils of gin. All right. Three-quarters of an ounce of triple sec. All right. Let's get this shit started. Fuck was that? Also, Philip, you appreciating my chickens running things? Okay. Get better. Okay, gin. Triple sec. Orange juice. And beautiful spoon. And okay, das dat. We pause that. This is a Nicanora glass. Yes. Nicanora glass. Ah. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Let's feature this off. I put this over there. Hey, Bismuth. I am doing a bit of alchemy here. I'm free-forming and making something up. Just going to record a little bit more video, and then I am going to sit down. Oh, it's another pretty pink cocktail. Just perfect for a very manly man like me. Just going to take a picture of it because it's very photogenic. Okay, I'm just going to take a picture. It's rude. Let's do this. Right, that'll do. Good Lord. Good Lord, Claude. Right, I am all over the gosh darn shop. Get my shit together. Theoretically. Alright. Okay, got that. Get this. Alright. G'day cocktail lovers, this bright and beautiful cocktail is part of me celebrating blood orange season. You could use normal orange juice where I've used blood orange. This is called a red lion and it's a really bright, it's a variation of a sour. It's G'day cocktail lovers, this bright and beautiful cocktail is part of me celebrating blood orange season. Although you could use normal oranges for the components that I've put in here. You won't get this color though, so what are you going to do? It's called a red lion. And if you can make it with blood orange, do it. Here's how we make it. You fucking shit, I hate it when you do that. In a shaker, put 1.5 ounces, around 45 mils of dry gin, and then about 3/4 ounce of a triple sec or another orange liqueur, and 3/4 ounce, which is around 22.5 mils of blood orange juice, and then about 5 mils, 1 bar spoon of a blood orange sugar syrup. Or you could use grenadine. Round things out with 1 dash of orange bitters. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, then strain it into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. And here we are with the red line. Even if I'm still deep in winter, this makes me feel of summer. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you do too. Cheers. Ugh, it's actually too sour. I'm going to put some more sugar in it. Because I can. Wait, I'm going to turn these cameras off for a start. And then I'm going to sit down. Hey, Matt, I should say, sorry. Oh, well, yeah, it's good if you make the decision for yourself to not drink. I think that's healthy. Okay. I'm gonna just do this and switch off this and switch off this. Right. And I'm gonna put this back in here. Hang on. I'm gonna put a splash of this grenadine stuff in here. That's enough. And now we shake it up again. All right. There we go. All right. I'm going to sit down. Get down, boogie. Okay, chicken's no longer in charge. Bunt. Bring my chair over here. Ah. Justin, train from Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast. And that's a metro train, not a regional train. There you go. That's all right, isn't it? Right, get rid of that banner. I'm not using it anymore. Deep sigh. Yeah, fucking ice falling. Why not? I don't care. Look at this very manly drink I've got. Bright pink. You with your, it's like Lemonhead's reference. You got that I was humming Mrs. Robinson. Oh man, that really improved. A little bit more sugar. Oh, that's a significant improvement. Yum. Do. Just for fun, I'm going to put a garnish in there. That orange is almost done. Dunzo. See if I have the motivation to shoot another video tonight. Because I ended up getting a bit... God damn it. I didn't bring a cocktail screw in here. Okay, you know what? 2 birds with 1 stone, because I just realized something else I should have with me. Oh, Safi, you're excited about the Matildas? No, I've never had gout. What is it? All the sugar, that was like 5 mils of sugar syrup. Which, you know, my blood sugar's not great, but it's not terrible. And I've been working on improving it. I might have more tests done at the end of the year compared to the ones at the start of the year. And I've slowly been losing weight, which was a big part of it. So I would be hoping for an improved result from any tests I have later in the year. Justin, how long is the trip? I mean, I could look it up. So Brisbane to Gold Coast is metro. That seems like a quite a distance. But, you know, Queensland. Aussie. All right. I'm going to get, I need to get 2 things. You know what? I'm going to be gone less than 30 seconds. So I'm not even going to put anything on. Good Lord. Good Lord, Claude. Right, got the things I need. Ugh, gas. So, all right, now see, Justin, now I want to look it up on a map. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck off, Microsoft, with your fucking pop-ups. Jesus Christ. All right. Maps. Okay. I'm going to go Brisbane. Directions to Gold Coast. It's 80 kilometers or 100 kilometers if you go a long way. What? Oh, why would you go that long way? That adds an extra fucking 20 minutes to the drive and 20 kilometers. Plus, where's the Sunshine Coast? Oh, it's the other direction. So that's 80 kilometers. I'm just now fixated on this. And it's 108 kilometers. God, that is a long train line to be still called metro. Good Lord. The things you learn. 4 Aussies on your train in Toronto. I don't know. It depends. We have kind of shite trains, quite honestly. So I don't know exactly what they were boasting about. Your trains wobble side to side. Oh, look, it probably depends if they mean suburban trains. That might be a thing. Intercity is a different thing. I'm taking your word for it that that was a somewhat valid observation of theirs. All right. Oof. Okay. Got my cherry and my orange peel in my drink now because I'm a fancy boy. Fancy boy with a pink drink. Mm. Okay, what is abrosexual? When someone's sexual identity fluctuates and changes. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have to feel locked down, I don't think. Bring. Where is my Discord? Do. And now I've got ABBA, of all things, stuck in my head. All right. Bloody Queensland and their weird metro train services. Hey, musical aviator, playing trumpet, Brahms' Second Symphony, Malvern Town Hall tomorrow at 2. Neat. Hope that goes well for you. Keep very busy with the orchestral involvement. Nice to see. So whenever they say Brahms, I think of the old Faulty Towers episode where Basil decides he's classing up the joint by playing music in the entry of the Faulty Towers, and his wife Sybil harasses him and says, "Turn that racket off." And he's so indignant. He goes, "Racket? That's Brahms. Brahms' third racket." So when did I get home? A little bit after midnight, because I did, in fact, get tempted to stop at a whiskey bar. That's the whole thing. No, Justin, it's not bisexual, because the whole thing this person's saying is how they what their sexuality is straight up changes. So they're saying sometimes they only feel heterosexual, sometimes they only feel gay, sometimes they feel pansexual. I know, isn't it really weird and difficult to believe how few episodes of Faulty Towers there are? It's like 6. Justin's like, yes, and Geelong doesn't count as metro because we're not weird. Geelong's a whole nother town. Was the bar full? It's a small whiskey bar. It wasn't full. There were quite a few people in there, and I did just kind of sat at the bar and chatted to some people, and I think, ooh, neat. We're learning tonight. And medieval Renaissance forerunner of the bassoon called the racket. There you go. Maybe you can play Brahms' third racket on a racket. I wonder if that's where. Yeah, I wonder if there's a particularly loud or possibly discordant instrument, as is maybe where we get the term racket from, or it's why it's called a racket, because it was thought to be a somewhat unmelodious instrument. Who knows? It's a mystery. Should you have a celebratory old-fashioned? I think the Matildas would approve, quite honestly.
I got super annoyed because I didn't really have my booze at Dr. Abigail's place last night, so I just got that raspberry liqueur from Dan's because it was cheap and had it with lemonade. I mean, it's nice. It's not a bad raspberry liqueur. I just felt kind of funny drinking it. But what did I see today? Ugh. So when I was out before the stream, I looked in the Woolies BWS and looked at Dan's and was not inspired by any specials. Fucking today, I went into Coles, which was across the street from where the Woolies and Dan's is, and I just looked, and they had the fucking Starwood New Old Fashioned batch cocktail um, uh, for $39, which is like way cheaper than it normally is. Super annoyed I didn't get that. What would I give out of 10 for the raspberry liqueur? I mean, 7. I was not like, wow, this is fantastic, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, a lot of those liqueurs, I think the main flavor in them is sugar rather than anything fruity. And I doubt this particular raspberry liqueur is going to win any awards, but, gets the job done. So, yes, I did not actually buy the Starwood New Old Fashioned today because I don't need it because I have my own and all that sort of thing. But friggin', I would have got into it last night if I did. And it's just so annoying. I was so near to it and I never thought to look. And would have been exactly what I wanted last night too. So, gosh darn it. Not happy, Jan. Oh, well, yeah, I'm not upset. But it was just like, I would have felt much better about having that. Yeah, well, it's only a temporary special, Safa. And yeah, I have no idea how well those Starwood ones are selling at the $50+ price point when that one, like whoever makes that one with the monkey shoulder and the other ones are under $40. Anything. I don't think it was the last tram, Safa. I was actually being very aware of what trams were coming, and I looked and saw, there are a couple of trams. I don't have to panic. I will just get one. I resisted the temptation to go into another bar just because there were more trams coming. The temptation was there. It was real. But I thought, no, I won't do that. I have to change batteries in this bloody GoPro. One of the things I was getting when I was out there. Niet battery för my GoPro. Yes, please, sir. Yeah, I think we did get you on the last tram at one point. Or was that something by yourself? One good thing about not drinking, don't wake up, end of the line on the last train. Oof, I've never gone to the end of the line. I have I've thrown up on a train. How embarrassment. Well, none of them knew me. I did, yeah, but I was that guy one time. It was someone else was paying for the booze, basically. And man, I did not half hurl on this train. They're very nice people on the train. Oh, you okay? And I went, yeah, I am now. So I tell you what, I mentioned this on the other stream thing. After my Tuesday night out, which was straight from work, so I was carrying around my work laptop, and I was really paranoid about that. And I woke up in the morning, my laptop wasn't on my desk because it was just in the bag they brought in. But I just had this brief moment of terror of, oh God, please don't let me have left my laptop on a tram. That would be bad. Miss the train in the middle of winter. Well, that's certainly not good. Right, I have to decide. Am I gonna make another cocktail? Maybe I am. Got to keep up the cocktails. Because I missed a day of uploading for the first time in ages, just because of how disrupted my week was this week. Doing things I would not normally do. But that is also okay. It's okay. I am not particularly bothered by it. I will be back on target tomorrow. I just realized I will actually... Okay, so I'm going to decide. What am I making? Okay, so Red Lion. I'm making that. Made Dante's Inferno. So I should do the Gnome's Cocktail. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Okay, I'm just gonna look. 20 best variations on the last word. That's exactly what I want to see. Closing argument, division bell, Dublin minstrel, Dutch word, final word. First word. Last palabra. I think it's the ultima palabra. Okay. So everyone serves the last, that's what I was just checking. Everyone serves the last word up. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make... I'm gonna make this cocktail that I am inventing. All right, let's do it. Get my bottles ready. Get my bottles ready. This sheepdog peanut butter whiskey is shit. It's very sweet. If you like things that are very sweet, you'd like it. All right. All right. Maybe I need to put chickens in charge while I'm doing this. All right. They're being very surly. Hydra-headed chicken. Arrgh. There they are. Chickens in charge. Wait, are they moving? Are they falling? I feel like they're really slowly falling. No, I'll put the banner on in case someone comes through. All right. Und now this cocktail. I just have to do a bit of cleaning up. Let's bring this over here. For now. We do that for now. Now we put some things away. Put orange bitters away. Put this away. Put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Put the dry gin back. Put the triple sec back. Alright. Okay, so we have the gin, the sheepdog, and I think we are ready to go. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. Let's do this. Do 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 do. What are we all doing? Had Mamma Mia in your head yesterday. Oh yeah. Okay. So, can be a bit freaky and frustrating when things get stuck in your head. What's in your head? Zombie. There we go. Got no sense that he's got money. Let me get ready. All right. All right. Let's pour the first one out. I'm just being Mr. Ready. Okay. Let's get that happening. Okay. This smells like peanut butter. Jesus. And acid adjuster. Okay, there's that. My God, this fucking sheepdog really emanates like peanut butter smell. All right, let's do this and this. Get a bit of fresh ice in there. Okay. Deeper and down. And I think we'll use this coupe.
All right. What is happening? Okay. Shaky, shaky. Oh yeah, that's a wash line. We like that wash line. Okay. Let's finish with that. Okay. Turn this on. Hey, official Justin. Lemonheads smoking a bowl. Silverchair background. Oh, plunderers. Plunderers. I was always fond of the plunderers. Okay, that's ready. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is... Fuck you and your fucking noise. Honestly, god damn it. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a cocktail I've just put together following the template of the last word. I did this recently, inspired by Greg from How to Drink, with theories like if you follow that structure, which is a spirit and a herbal element and a sweet element and then a citrus element. Why did I stumble so much? I fucking hate myself. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a cocktail I've just created following the template of the last word. I did do this recently, inspired by Greg from How to Drink, where he showed that if you follow the structure of a last word, a 4 equal parts cocktail, a spirit, a herbal element, a liqueur sweet element, and a citrus element, then you're almost definitely going to get a good drink. But I was specifically inspired to make this one by the Gnome from the Gnome's Tavern. He's a man who loves Malort. Bless him. I don't know what else to say. You can't get Malort in Australia. I'm not sure I'd buy it if I could, because I hear disturbing things as much as he likes it. But he made a drink and it had chocolate in it, and it had screwball peanut butter whiskey, and it had Malort. And I just started thinking, like, there's elements in there where you're coming together towards this last word template. And honestly, the other reason it popped into my head, I got this sheepdog peanut butter whiskey, quote unquote whiskey, because it was on sale and I'd always wondered what it was like. Answer, not great. Really not great. Does not taste like whiskey at all. It is absurdly sweet. It tastes like peanut brittle. And if you leave the bottle open, just this peanut butter aroma wafts around the room. It's really quite intense. So those two things came together in my head. What he made, and I now have this peanut butter whiskey, and the fact that it was edging towards a last word template, so I could just tweak it a little. So that's what I decided to do. Gin is traditional in a last word, and Gin is traditional in the last word, and the gnome used some chocolate as in some creme de cacao in his cocktail. I have this exceptionally good black cherry chocolate gin from the Anther Distillery in Geelong. I thought this is going to be both my spirit element for the last word riff and the chocolate element to be inspired by the gnome's cocktail. Like I said, I don't have Malort, and I was tempted to use green chartreuse, another traditional part of last word, but I thought I'd make it a bit more individual. This is an Australian Amaro made with native botanicals and citrus from a group called Autonomy, and this is, it's on the sort of this is on the spectrum between Campari and Aperol. Not as bitter as Campari, but probably more so than Aperol, and it's got some very interesting flavors. So this will be my herbal bitter element. And the sheepdog is actually going to be the liqueur element. It is so sweet, to me, it may as well be a liqueur. So there's going to be an equal part of this in there as well. For the citrus element, I'm going to go with blood orange juice. I've actually made some acid-adjusted blood orange juice, so its profile acidity-wise is a bit more like lime, and that's going... The citrus element is going to be blood orange juice. I made some acid-adjusted blood orange juice because I found some blood oranges in season. I love them, and I thought I'd just like it to be a bit more like lime on the acidity level, so I added some malic acid. And that is going to be the final component in this drink. And it's come out a really nice color from these red or near red elements, and taste-wise, that really works. There's a little bit of underlying bitterness from the Amaro, which is undercutting the overt sweetness of the sheepdog. That peanut really wants to fight its way through there. So there's some really interesting stuff going on here. Look, you wouldn't be able to get these unless you're in Australia, but I'm using them as a suggestion. You could riff on this yourself, but I'll show you how I made it now. In a shaker, I put 1 ounce, 30 mils of the chocolate cherry gin, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of the Amaro, 1 ounce or 30 mils of peanut butter whiskey, and finally 1 ounce or 30 mils of the blood orange juice. Then I added ice to the shaker, shake it good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and strain it into a chilled coupe. So inspired by the Gnome's Tavern and the last word, I give you the Gnome's last words. Cheers. I don't think I took a picture, which I should have. Gonna do that now. And then sit down and probably not make any more video tonight. But we'll see. Who the fuck knows what I'm going to be inspired to do. Let's turn these things off. Okay, Cameroon here. And put that on there. Where'd I put my phone? Taking a photo. I just thought of something. All right. Let's turn that off.
Let's turn this on. Oh, gosh darn it. No more chickens. Oh. Okay, I'll turn the banner off. Oh, wait, where did the banner not go away? It was supposed to go away. There we go. Official Justin, looking for beers. Ooh, nice. You've been to the Bungonia National Park. Took family to Slot Canyon. Oh, this is a bit rough. Oh, sorry. So where did Tui's come here? Tui's New is a standard draft beer at a pub. Tui's Old is here, the darker one. Stone and Wood, yeah, that's I think I had some moonshine that was made for some beer from some beer that Stone and Wood couldn't sell because of COVID. The Mysteries of Beer, Safa. Tui's New was definitely the sort of stuff that was in pubs when I was growing up. No, Tui's Old is not like Guinness. Not at all. It is darker than Tui's New. I don't know how to describe the taste. Official Justin might, but it's definitely not like Guinness. I don't know. Official Justin, are you the guy with the D700 and 10 to 20 millimeter lens? Oh, you'll love this, Zafa, because you're always asking me Dubbo stuff. I did spend today hanging out with lads from Dubbo, guys I went to school with, who I've not seen in decades, and they're in town, and they just said in Facebook like, "Hey, we should catch up." And I was because I want to do a high school reunion this year, and I was like, "Yep, okay, let's catch up." And we hung out in the city today. That's cool. Did I have a mullet in the 80s? No. Man, that's actually okay. Probably a 7 out of 10. Like, I wouldn't make it again. It's not bad, though. Maybe, I think the bitterness of the Amaro is attacking me a little bit, so I might use a different Amaro. Was I 20 in the 80s? Well, for part of the 80s, yes. I wasn't 20 for the entire 80s, but I did reach 20 in the 80s. Oh, yes, that's a great song. Yes, he's a Kirsty MacColl's song, He's on the Beach. That's such a great pop song. She also did a great cover version of Billy Bragg's New England. Died far too young. You've really come in with the random question. So I do remember Aerobics Oz style. That was definitely a thing. Oh, the Lemonade's cover, He's on the Beach. And he says it's brilliant there. There's something in the air. He's in Australia. He's on the beach. Oh, so she actually did a duet with Evan Dando. Nice. Okay, so official Justin, you reckon Tui's Old, Offspring. Okay, a cross between Guinness and standard beer. Someone split a schooner of draft and after yeah. No, I reckon you're on the money there, actually. I reckon you are on the money, official Justin. Oh God, Lemonheads. Now I want to listen to Kirsty MacColl. Not now, because I'm on the stream, but I'm going to bring it up on Apple Music. Not Apple Music, YouTube Music. That's what I'm subscribed to because I have YouTube Premium. Because I don't like ads. And so let's see what comes up. If I search Kirsty McCall, a New England, there's a guy who works down the chip shop, swears he's Elvis. Titanic Days, I do remember that one. And she did do the duet with Shane McGowan on the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York, which was great. Okay. Safa, weirdly coincidence, saying Colombia playing England. Kirsty McCall had a song called England 2, Colombia 0. On the beach. 12-inch mix. Damn. All right, I am going to listen to that tomorrow. So thanks for that, Lemonheads. Blast from the past, reminding me of Kirsty McCall. The funniest thing, because Kirsty McCall did a version of Billy Bragg's "In New England" that was somewhat of a hit, whereas Billy Bragg's was not. His fans love it, but it was never a hit. And because his version was very spare, very short, like it's only about a 90-second song, I think. It only has like one verse. He wrote another verse for her, so it was more radio friendly. And then later on was asked, like, well, if you wrote the extra verse, why don't you play it live? And he said, possibly jokingly, I can never remember it because I didn't record with that verse. I just wrote it for her. And so I never remember it. He's possibly joking. So these were normal guys. They lived in South Dubbo. What update am I supposed to be updating Mrs. Angry with? I've lost track of something. Oh, an official Justin and Heidi doing tech talk. Nice. I like it. That is interesting. My God, I just come up with these things and go, you know what? I could tweak that and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, but I keep wanting to make content for YouTube and I can't just fucking tweak things because I can't drink that much alcohol. God damn it. Oh, no. Official Justin, I friggin' love it when people go down a rabbit hole with anything. Yeah. Getting some tech stuff in about photography. I friggin' love it, man. I hope I didn't sound disparaging. I was literally into it. Well, dude, you never know your luck. Well, hit me up if you're coming to Melbourne or whatever. Yeah, it's like because blood orange just makes nuts, and the all the things I used in it were reddish brown, and so with the blood orange. With the blood orange, you brought it up a bit, so it's become quite a nice color. Yes, that's right. I did actually send a bunch of people a cocktail. It was barrel aged, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember because I just made all this shit and I go, hey, I made a bunch of this. Who wants some? God, I should do it with clarified cocktails. I got so many clarified cocktails at the moment, and I'll probably finish this peel tomorrow and use it to make another clarified cocktail. Sorry, Lemonheads, is this still the Kirsty McCall song we're talking about? Is that right? So good. But he says it's brilliant there. It's really in my head. It's the people say like the only way to get rid of an earworm is to actually play it. Yeah, I had one the other day. It just popped into my head. I hadn't heard it for a while, and I suddenly wanted it. Yeah, great one-hit wonder, Baby Birds, You're Gorgeous. I think it's like 90s. I have no sense of time. I think that's a 90s. It might be noughties, but I think it's 90s. That girl said, because you're gorgeous, I'd do anything for you. And it sounds like a sweet song, but then you listen to the lyrics, and it's actually about a really creepy, abusive, exploitative relationship. And when I went and like listened to it on YouTube, and I went to watch the video because I had no memory at all of what the video for it was, and so many of the comments were, "Oh, my mum sang this to me when I was a baby, and I still love it." And I was like, "Your mum should have listened to the fucking lyrics. Sing this to a baby." It's this weird, creepy, manipulative. The relationship in the song is weird and creepy and manipulative and abusive, just because it says, it's dramatic irony to have the refrain of "You're gorgeous, I'd do anything for you," because it's all fucked up. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, 1-1 England, Colombia. There you go. It's all happening in the soccer. The football. Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah, official Justin. I did do IBM PC. The first IBM PC was released on this day 42 years ago, which is pretty momentous. I think my first PC, it wasn't an IBM PC, but it was a PC with the architecture licensed by IBM, running Windows 3.1, and oh my god, it had 4 megabytes of RAM when I got it. The Pentium, I've told this story before, but the Pentiums had just come out. The Pentiums were the whole thing. And so the older ones were going for cheap. $2,000, which was cheap at the time, for a computer. And the default was, it actually was an SX33 megahertz processor. The guy in the shop upgraded it to a DX66 for me. So processor was twice as fast, 66 megahertz. It's like all computers today are more powerful than this one by like seriously magnitude of 10. It's fucking amazing. Oh yes, the Pentiums with the turbo buttons. That was so funny. Did that even do anything? Yeah, so it's funny that I remember these specs. It was 4 megabytes of RAM, and there were 4 RAM slots, and when I first got it, it had 4 1 megabyte cards in the slots. I eventually upgraded it so it was 4 megabyte cards in there, and the hard drive was ridiculously small. Like it was only a couple hundred megabytes, and like I could only like install 1 game on it, and then I'd have to delete it to install something else. Oh yeah, no, the Pentiums changed everything. Yeah, they really did. And yes, Safa, the turbo button was an actual physical button on some PCs. I have no idea if it actually did anything. So official Justin, Turbo Button's actually slowed your processor for older games and programs. Oh, it was a backwards compatibility thing. There you go. Nice bit of historical tech there. Yeah, how long did I keep that computer? I don't even remember. But I've had so many different computers and so many upgrades over the years. It's redonkulous. Yeah. Never know what this shit's gonna do. If you ran some older programs at double processor speed. Oh, I remember that. That happened to me once trying to play an older game, and because of the speed of the processor, it just ran too fast and you couldn't play it. It was bizarre. Oh my God, 90s computing. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. How are you today? Oh, and also, Kirsten, to update you, I just feel like updating you. Last night after the stream, I left Dr. Abigail's, I could not resist going into Whiskey Bar, the Elysian Whiskey Bar, I was just having an old fashioned, and I was talking. Everyone at the bar was very chatty. I was talking, and somehow we were just talking about the Australian whiskies and Starward, and they had the Starward Stout cask, and I was like, ah. And we talked for a bit, and I went, oh, you know what? You talked me into it. Give me a dram of the Starward Stout cask, and I ended up super annoyed because it was really good. Like, it was good to the extent I'm sitting there sipping it, like going, God damn it, this is making me want to go and actually buy it. God damn it. So I was actually surprised at how good it was. Like, I assumed it would be good, and I tasted it and was like, oh, this is very good. I got so official Justin, your first IBM Windows 95 64 hertz processor, 32 meg RAM, CD-ROM, floppy. Man, that's wild. That's so much better than my first computer. Oh, and that is a beguiling husband bringing you a cheese board, definitely. So you upgraded Windows 2000, 128 megabytes RAM, DVD burner. Damn. God, I remember like computers, the period where computers just wouldn't play video. Not even in low resolution, they just wouldn't. And then there was, I don't know what the codec was, but there was a thing, I saw it at a few computer shows. Oh yeah, look, here's the thing where you can actually play video on a computer, but they didn't have any licensing for anything good. Nero, you're okay. Safa and Justin both remembering it. Nero, yeah, they didn't have licensing for anything good, and so it was just all shitty things. And then DVDs came out. Lemonheads and iMac 97's pink, can't right click. Oh gosh, yeah. I have. I think they still work. I have an Apple laptop. I don't even know what did they call it, an iBook? I don't know, but it's a clamshell like laptop, and it's the orange plastic on it. And then one of those, the all-in-one computers was like just like a CRT monitor, but the computer was actually built in and there were the card slots. And I think the plastic on that's blue. They're in the shed. I think they work. So, yeah, although I do occasionally think I'll just bring them out, see if they work. I don't know why I was hanging on to them, so maybe we'll just get them out one day and see if I can get them to start. And whether I can get them to start or not, maybe just go on the socials and say, hey, do I know anyone who likes old tech? You can have these old Apple devices. Honey, you want me to bring them on the stream? Okay, I will sometimes. Oh, Safa, I used floppy drives for the longest time. Ooh, so we're going, what were the first video codecs? Could have been H.26 with MPEG-1? Yeah, I don't even remember. But yeah, I just remember, the first time you could actually play video on a computer, and it was like, woo, but there was nothing good. But then DVDs came out, and then computers with DVD drives came out, and I was like, woo. Like I have a CD of Regurgitator's album Unit, and they included a CD-ROM that had their videos on it, and it's so low resolution. Like it plays about this big at a really low frame rate. It's ridiculous. Like even at the time, it was kind of shitty, let alone now. Lemonheads chat rooms. That's about when I got on chat, 95, 96. Yes, ASL. That was, oh my God, that was such a big thing. But that is where I actually met my ex, who's the mother of my offspring. So, that's pretty good. And as I've probably said on the stream multiple times, I can make a reasonable claim that Young Ms. Angry is the world's first internet baby. That sounds like it. A CD-ROM with 352 by 240 in NTSC. But God, it was such a slow frame rate as well. Oh, those early MP3 players. But weren't they magic, though? Because they didn't skip or anything. That's just making me think of Guardians of the Galaxy. Where Star-Lord's playing his cassette from the 70s, and he loves it and stuff. And right at the end, one of the pirates got him a present, and it's called a Zune. It holds like 100 songs. Oh, okay. See, that's an interesting one. Oh, yes. VHS was definitely orders of magnitude better quality than CD video. Definitely. But then again, you were watching VHS on old CRT TVs, and there's only so much resolution they could show you anyway. And yes, region locked DVDs were the dumb as shit. It was ridiculous. Oh, an MP3. Okay. Weird technology. Who remembers this? It was it was for cars, like when you had like a portable CD player, but you didn't have a CD player in the car, you had a tape deck. There was a thing that was like a cassette that you'd plug in to your disc player, and the disc player would play to the cassette, and there was just a small loop of tape, and what it was doing was recording what the CD played, then going and playing it, and then the loop's going back and it's erasing and overriding the new stuff. It was such shitty quality, but it technically worked. So big breakthrough for cars, that was. Oh, you know what? I think I might disappear for another 30 seconds and just get some ice. Ice. Oh, actually, you know what? Just fuck it. I don't think I will bother to do that. I've got a little bit of ice here. It's not the way I like it, but okay. A little bit's ice. I will use this ice. I prefer to have a great big chunk of ice, but needs must when the devil drives. Oh, nice. Official Justin had a mate who used one in his 98 Ford Falcon. That sounds about right. I don't think I owned a Sony Walkman. I did own a personal cassette player, which I friggin' loved. Used to make my own mixtapes at home. Yes, Strictly Sega, we did bring up laser discs. It's true. We've just got into, let's talk about weird old tech. Old, like from the 90s. Because that was another century. Oof. Yeah, mixtapes. Also, here's a thing I would do as a kid: record stuff from the radio. And that's why commercial disc jockeys would talk songs in right up to till when the vocals started. Oh, nice. Kirsten had a Walkman that your dad brought from Japan. But yes, to the point, I made such a good mixtape getting stuff off the radio that I played it at a friend's place. They're like, and because I'm like 13 or 14 at this stage, and they're like, how do you afford to get all this music? They thought I owned all the music was on. I was like, I recorded all this off the radio. And it's like, I'd done it so well, they thought I owned all the music. So, and yes, Strictly Sega, be a master of the pause button. Then I'd get told that if you kept things on pause too much, it would stretch the cassette tape or break something. Yeah, one tape. Who needs the song database? But it was also a really skillful thing to do to make a good mixtape back in the day. Like everyone just gets these auto-generated mixes now, which I like. I genuinely like. But it was a romantic thing. Someone you were interested in, you put together a mixtape for them. And it shows special care and attention. You're a big smoothie if you can make a really good mixtape for someone you fancy. So there's an official Justin 1,000-track playlist on the phone. Yeah, I have to admit, I really love the auto-generated playlists from the streaming services. It's like, in my case, it's YouTube Music, but it's like you pick a song and then it auto-generates a playlist that's somehow, related to, compatible with that song. I quite like that. Yes, that's the classic thing. If the tape came out of the cassette, you had to stick a pin in the grooves and wind it back in. Oh, I lost a lot of tapes in my days. So in the early 2000s, there was a Sony. I remember that, actually. The Sony Walkman shop in Melbourne Central. I remember that. Damn. All right. Yep. That is an older car, Safra, if you've still got a tape player. Okay. Justin, I get YouTube Premium for 2 reasons. 1, I friggin' hate ads. 2, it supports the creators I watch, even though I'm not watching ads, so I never have to skip ads. And for me, it was an unexpected bonus that I got YouTube Music as well. So I don't use Spotify, I use YouTube Music, which I think pays people a micron of a cent more than Spotify does for each play. I'm not sure, though. I think it does. But yes, I have had YouTube Premium for years now. So I just like, because I don't have to skip ads. The creators I like still get paid when I watch them, even though I don't watch an ad. So that's good. When did CDs come to Australia? That's an interesting range you choose. Was it 84 or late 90s? It was the 80s. It was probably about 84, actually, 84, 85. Because I know we had them when I was at uni. So... Oh, fucking yeah. Sorry, I really like my clarified cocktails. Oh, mini discs. I was always enamored of mini discs. They seemed really cool. I never had one, but I was really into it. Justin, you reckon ABBA brought compact discs? I remember in the 80s, the first CDs were sort of real audiophile and like older people music, because you had to have a lot of money to have them. So you'd be stuff like, you get Jean-Michel Jarre. You wouldn't get general releases on compact disc for years. And it was like, you used to, mock people. CD stood for complete dickhead. Because for this first couple of years, CDs were really uncool because they didn't have the good music on them. And, you had to be a rich wanker to have them. Depending on who's made the CDs, CDs are fantastic quality. They really are. God, I should dig it out. I still remember, because, I'm the vinyl generation. And when all releases started coming out on CD, some people still thought it was stupid. It's like, oh, what, you're getting this ultra clear reproduction of my recording with this digital sound, and it's on Big Black's Songs About Fucking. Good album, by the way. And there's a note on the CD sleeve about how, yes, you've got this wonderful digital audio that faithfully reproduces every tape, hiss, audio pop, and whatnot from the analog recording process. Do you feel stupid yet? And that lasted for years, probably into the 90s, basically hanging shit on CDs. And that's the thing. The vinyl sound warm. Oh, yeah. No, maintaining your vinyls and the dust, the scratches, the warping, if they were near anything hot or even just sunlight, could warp vinyl. But yeah, vinyl was a very old technology. Like, stayed around for decades. I'll have to crack out my vinyl at some point. because I do actually have some rare shit on vinyl. Because I was a little hipster. Yes, I remember that Strictly Sega. The CDs had codes, A's or D's. A meant analog, D meant digital. So DDD meant it was a digital recording, and digitally mastered, digital pressed. Yeah, so I think it would either be ADD, AAD, or DDD. Hello, Dr. Abigail. So for that whole idea of CDs sounding cold and vinyl sounding warm is extremely subjective. I don't think you can reasonably argue that vinyl is clearer than CDs. CDs are clearer. Oh yeah, no, I agree, Official Justin. A lot of the pro vinyl stuff is hype. And yes, Dr. Abigail, I'm glad you had fun last night. I had fun last night too. It was fun. And then I stopped at a whiskey bar on the way home. That was fun too. And then I got home, and that was fine. And I didn't even sleep in. And I went out and spent the afternoon hanging out with Dubbo boys. And I'm still not asleep. So, that's a pretty fucking major achievement on my part. I'm frankly quite surprised. Okay, yes, we can definitely agree tapes were the weakest of all of them. Oh my God, that's where you used to get real audio files in the fucking 60s and 70s in particular, would have reel-to-reel tape recordings. And because that tape was much fatter than like a cassette, and it's kind of like the fatter the tape, the more sound quality you got. So yeah, you'd have these audiophile systems with reel-to-reel tapes. So inconvenient though. Official Justin, I got a little Tim Smith, not severely. So no hangover suffer, no. Slightly tired, but no hangover. And there were two other Dubbo lads, and we were hanging out. And yes, Dr. Abigail, we've been talking about technology, computer and audio technology, the difference between stuff in the 90s and now, or even the 80s and now. Largely started because today is the 42nd anniversary of the release of the first IBM personal computer. Oh yeah, Tidal does the really big file sizes, don't they? Yeah. No, those reel-to-reel systems were amazing but super inconvenient. Oh yeah, and but none of the audiophile platforms ever really took off. People went for convenience rather than thing. Oh, Official Justin, that is literally what happened. So two of the lads were in town this week. One arrived on Tuesday, and this is why I didn't do a live stream on Tuesday, because I was out with him. I took him to went to half a dozen cocktail bars. Got a bit messy. And then another lad arrived a couple of days after. They went to the footy last night. We had lunch in the Asian Beer Cafe today and wandered around the city a bit. The two of them, they got different levels of familiarity with Melbourne. Oh, you did pour yourself a drink last night. Oh, nice, Raz. Oh, ha ha. I'm sorry it messed up your sleep, but raspberry liqueur and twofold topped with lemonade sounds like a kick-ass highball, quite honestly. I do vaguely remember DCC tapes. Oh yes, digital cassettes. Yeah. God, such weird technology came out between the 80s and everything going freaking digital online streaming. Listening session of Led Zepp mastered 5.1 surround on Blu-ray. Damn. Yeah, that's going to be some real audio fidelity going on there. Wild shit. So, okay, someone else. Strictly Sega brought up digital cassettes. See if we can come a thing. Oh, yes, HD VHS, yes. Yeah, the weirdest technology came out at various times. I like that. You got an Uber Tesla. The highlight was the speaker setup. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Now, here's a funny thing that a lot of people don't realize. At various times in history, music has been recorded in particular ways to sound the best on a particular technology that was available at the time, and that style of recording sounds bad on later, more advanced technology, but it was the best way to record it. Like early 20th century stuff that was recorded to go on those gramophones where instead of a speaker, it was like that big trumpet thing. The stuff was recorded in a particular way to sound good on that technology. And we still have the recordings, but you play them and they sound weird and tinny. It's because the fucking thing they were being played on. And yes, Justin, that's why we do remasters, because technology changes. I did recover from AIDSy mode fairly quickly. It's pretty wild though. What was the other one? I heard was it that subgenre of hip hop trap was. I don't know how accurate this is because this is not my area of expertise, but I heard that it was recorded in a particular way, so it sounded best when it was played loud on a car stereo, and it rattled the rims on the cars of what these gangster guys were driving. It was literally recorded in a way to optimize the chance of rattling the rims on these pimp cars. It was like, okay. But that is a thing that happens, and that's happened ever since recordings were a thing. Recordings have been done in a particular way to produce a particular sound with particular technology, and they sound very different and certainly less optimized when played on other technology. Yeah, so trivia. But if Musical Aviator was still here, he could probably also point out, I think he knows a bit of classical music history, various things, various instruments and whatnot were designed to sound at their best in a particular venue, a venue with a particular level of resonance. And when played in a different venue where resonance was different, they would not sound as good. Oh no, Visual Justin, trap played through the teenager's phone. Oh my God. Ugh. It doesn't happen often, but when someone fucking plays stuff on a phone in public, I just want to punch them. Seriously. It's so shit. It's such a shit thing to do. Like I remember I'd seen a bunch of people complaining about it, and I'd never experienced it. And then I had someone do it, and it's like, oh, fuck you in the neck. What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ. It's like, fuck, dude. What are you doing? Because yeah, it's a terrible, horrific, rude thing to do. I hate it so much. And yes, that's exactly what I was talking about, Official Justin. Particular instruments were created for particular venues, churches, amphitheaters, and whatnot, and they sound wrong in the wrong venues. So, yeah, humans are very interesting. The way we, because all sound is air vibrating. So all music is controlling the vibrations in air in ways that are pleasing to us. So it's wild. Pink Floyd was created specifically to play in Pompeii. Yeah. Oh my God, actually, and I'm just going to throw in a major achievement in audio engineering are the people who can make stadium rock concerts sound good. And because they've just got to place speakers in particular bits to account for the distance people are from the stage, and it is an incredible act of audio engineering to make a rock concert sound good in a big stadium. It's amazing. Loving the obscure references, Dr. Abigail. Pipe organs were made to play 20,000 leagues underwater in a large submarine. Yes. Official Justin. Alan Parsons. Alan Parsons, definitely stadium rock guy. Yeah. Yes, why is Floyd pink? Which one of you's been? Sorry, there's a thing that's been recurring in various rock things about record company execs being steaming piles of shit and horrible vampires. Pink Floyd had one of their songs. It was like they're talking to a record company exec, and there's a line goes with the person talking, go, by the way, which one of you's pink? And so like they just don't fucking know anything about it. And quite a few bands have had their own versions of that over the years. Record company executives being steaming piles of shit. Saying stadium rock from the 60s, 70s, mind-boggling. Oh, yeah. And all those big shows like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles is just fucking woof. Oh, Official Justin has a cigar. Well, good for you. I'm not... Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying you have a cigar. You're from Wish You Were Here. Yeah. That's the song. Okay, yes. You know the song I'm talking about. And yeah, various other bands have their own version of that. Record company execs being thing. Safa, I don't think Pink and Pink Floyd is anything. Pink and Lavender were gay references. Sorry, yes, Dr. Abigail and I had this conversation last night. Have you missed it? Talking about Taylor Swift and Lavender. But yes, well, the Nazis used pink triangles to identify gay people when they had them in the concentration camps. Jewish people had the yellow star. Gay people had a pink triangle stitched onto their prison gear. Hey, Alexander. Happy weekend to you too. No, we didn't say pink last night, but I think certainly since probably the 30s or 1930s or 40s, the pink's been regarded as an effeminate color. But in the early 20th century and prior to that, it was regarded as a manly color. Blue, particularly powder blue, was regarded as an effeminate color. But fashion changes. I don't know what you're getting with a blue star. Jewish people in concentration camps had a yellow star stitched into their prison gear. Don't think I'm wearing a blue star. I made this tonight. So this is supposed to be a blood orange liqueur. This now has Polish rectified spirit, which is 95% alcohol, blood orange sugar syrup, blood orange peel there, and barrel-aged vodka. I'm going to leave it in here, I don't know, a week or so, and then strain it out and taste it and see if it's nice. Or was it a dumb idea? Who knows? Yes, Have a Cigar was a reference to record industry being parasitic over Pink Floyd's success with Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, yes, official Justin. I'm serious, making my own blood orange because blood orange season. So I got a bag of blood oranges pretty cheap, peeled them, juiced them, made a syrup for cocktails, blood orange syrup. It's very red. I acid adjusted some of the blood orange juice because orange juice is a bit bleh in cocktails for me. I think cocktails work better with something more acidic, lemon juice, lime juice, maybe pineapple juice. So basically added malic acid to the well, actually, I made super juice. I made acid adjusted super juice. So one blood orange. Okay, here's how you make super juice. You peel the citrus and then you cover it with food acid. If it's lemon juice, if it's lemon peel, you just use citric acid. If it's lime juice, you use mostly citric acid, but some malic acid. And if it's orange, you use mostly citric acid, but some malic acid. And it's a whole thing. Super juice is freaking fantastic. So I made some acid-adjusted blood orange super juice. So I'm going mad with this. So yeah, so this is what we did. The peel in this, I made what we call an oleosaccharum, a citrus oil sugar syrup. So peel the blood oranges, cover the peel in sugar. Over a day or so, the sugar draws the oils out of the peel and liquefies. And then I added a bit of the blood orange juice to that to really dissolve the sugar. Then I added even more sugar to it. So it's quite a rich sugar syrup. And then I strained it off. And that's the peel that's been steeped in sugar. So what's in there, which is hopefully going to be a yummy blood orange liqueur, is alcohol and blood orange syrup, essentially. Oh, yes, I've heard this come up and down. Should the voting age be lowered to 16? I don't know. I think 16-year-olds are idiots. I'm hard-pressed to have any faith in 18-year-olds. Although it's funny, conservatives are probably absolutely horrified at the idea of 16-year-olds voting in elections because, as I understand it, virtually every bit of research that's been done shows if 16-year-olds were voting, conservatives would never win office anywhere in the world. So yeah, I don't know what you mean by is blood orange a zombie fruit. But I just think blood orange is incredible because the juice is so red. And I particularly think it's funny when you juice a bunch of blood oranges The juicer looks like a murder scene. There's just all this red pulp. Looks like someone's been dismembered. Safa, again, you in retrospect, you think you voted badly when you're 18, but shit happens, man. If you're old enough to pay taxes, you're old enough to be allowed to vote. No, not really. I don't have a particular issue for that. And I do think, for all the horrors of the internet, it has allowed younger people to be a bit more switched on and whatnot. Actually, that's a pretty good compromise, Dr. Abigail. Make it legal for a 16-year-old to vote, but optional, and it becomes mandatory at 18. That's not a bad compromise, actually. So it's kind of like, the internet definitely does horrible things and is responsible for just all sorts of fuckery. I wouldn't give it up, though. Like, I know some people, if you said to them, like, if you could go back in time and stop the internet from ever happening, would you do it? And some people say yes. I wouldn't. I think, okay. Well, here's a point of disagreement, Justin. No, I don't agree with that. I know a lot of people agree with you, but I am in favor of mandatory voting. Old idiots are different to young idiots. Young idiots just don't know better, and we hope they will improve. Old idiots are just fucked and get worse as they get older. They're different. Only good thing the Libs did was e-safety commissioner. Do I like? I cannot give you an informed answer on that because I don't know about the e-safety commissioner, who they are or what they do. So I could not give you a really informed answer on that. But yeah, it's, I just think voting is important. And I think when you look at, and I would literally just go, look at America where voting is optional. And in fact, lots of weird shit gets done to make it hard for people to vote. And look at Australia where voting is mandatory. I think Australia has a much better system and produces much better results. It's an opinion. It's not an irrefutable fact, but it is my opinion. And I think there is a lot of evidence that supports my opinion that, like I said, yeah, I would just do a comparison of the results that come out of the United States with optional voting and the results that come out of Australia with mandatory voting. I think strongly point to Australia's systems being better. Well, again, there is a whole thing, and I do actually know this from experience, Justin. You got to get your name marked off on. Oh, actually, no, you meant something different to what I thought. Yes, it is compulsory to get your name marked off the electoral roll. It's not. No one can force you to submit a valid vote. But I also know from experience that telling the Electoral Commission, well, I fronted up to the polling booth, gave them my name. They looked at the list and said I wasn't on, so I left. The Electoral Commission goes, okay, I know that from experience. Actual thing that happened to me when I was at uni. Someone at the polling office fucked up, and when I gave them my name, they said I wasn't on the roll. And I went, okay. And then I got a please explain notice. And I said, here's the explanation. I went to the polling booth and they said I wasn't on the fucking roll. And the Australian Electoral Commission went, okay, fair enough. So Fisher Justin, mate's father got his name marked off every election of his life well into his 80s. Sunset telegraph reader. So he's doing everyone a favor. Yeah. And yes, Alpha, that was at Bathurst. Yes. I'm trying to think. Just thinking of some of the funniest things I've seen about elections and whatnot. Particularly the joy of social media is people can just say shit that's not real. And some people are doing it as jokes and messing about, and some people are doing it because they're weird, malicious freaks. And yes, you do have to update your voting address manually in automatic. I'm just throwing it out there. I know for a fact this thing with the polling was an error at the polling booth. It was not my fault. I did nothing wrong. I know for a fact it was an error thing. I do sometimes with comments happening. What was the previous comment? Oh, sorry. I did actually. I didn't say that out loud. Yes, I did when I was voting for the Hawke government once. I was really annoyed at them, and I wrote all over the ballot about how they were doing shitty stuff and they need to improve, or I won't vote for them anymore. And I think that made my vote invalid, but I didn't care. I was just basically like, hey, because I think I probably put, back then maybe it was the Democrats or something ahead of Labor, but I put Labor second. And I just wrote over the ballot, hey, Labor, if you want me to vote for you first, stop fucking around, don't do this, and do this instead. Which I think made my vote invalid, but I didn't care because I was in a country electorate where the fucking country party were going to get in with about 70% of the vote. So my vote was fucking irrelevant anyway. So also writing, even though Labor scrutineers would see me writing a thing like, fuck you guys, be better. I don't think it had any effect on Labor, honestly. Oh, okay. Fun fact. If your vote can be counted properly, you can draw a penis in the mouth. So maybe my vote was valid. Oh, yes. Registering as a Jedi on the census. Yes. I do remember my brother fucking around and, listing names of people who were in his house the night of the census and, writing Elvis Presley was there and stuff like that. But, yes. Oh my God, wasn't it a hoot last referendum when they wanted people to do it online? So everyone went to do it online and crashed the site because it wasn't built to support the amount of people going online. They had no idea how popular online voting would be because they're goddamn idiots. What does that say? Something etched on here. What does it say? Vin and bouquet. There you go. I don't know what that means. Oh, yes. Pastafarian is a good thing for a religion. Dr. Abigail. Only people who read anything on ballots, vote counting staff. They're impartial. There are scrutineers from the political parties at the polling booths. Or the political parties are allowed to have scrutineers. Anyway. I don't think that's true, Justin, although I'm not sure. I don't think it's an offense, but there was a very false story that went around. It's like, oh, if 10% of the population says they're Jedi, it has to be recognized as a religion. That's not true. Okay, Mrs. Angry's going to bed. I will go to bed soon. Not right now, though, because I just poured that in and I want to do this. Do I tell my partners my voting preference? Yeah. we often discuss it, and the way we vote often has differences. Mrs. Angry is more likely to vote Green than I am. I'm not completely unlikely to vote Green, but Mrs. Angry is more likely to vote Green than me. I knew that from our discussions. Oh, parents. Yeah, sorry, dude, your typing fucking sucks. No, my dad did discuss it with my mum. My mum always made a point to not try to influence any of her offspring. She did tell me once, though, she was going in to vote and got out of the car, and it was raining. And the Labour Party guy who was handing out pamphlets put the pamphlets down and opened his umbrella and goes, "Let me help you get into the polling place, ma'am." And she voted Labour because he was nice. I have no idea if she was joking. It's a big mistake to not have scrutineers because the whole point of a scrutineer is they are scrutining, as in watching, and scrutining's a word, by the way, and you want to contest if a vote's been interpreting dodgy. It is a lot of my family's, not all of my family's Labor, a lot of my family is. Some are very active Labor. But yeah, there is a propensity in rural areas for people to vote conservatively. It's not universal, but it's pretty common. Oh man, yes, that is the voice of experience. If the wrong person heard you say the wrong thing about how you voted in South Africa, could get you killed, whether that be progressive or conservative. Okay, what do I think of Susan Ley? I need to do a quick refresher in my brain place on who Susan Ley is. Deputy leader. Well, oh no, she's a fucking monster. Yeah, okay. She's 61. She looks good for 61. Good on you. But she's a monster. Like most of the fucking Liberal Party, quite honestly. Alexander, being a scrutineer is interesting. You scrutinize the actions of police. Oof. Yeah, depends where you are, how dangerous that is. I love that, Kirsten. Been in Australia 29 years. Stop voting for the fucking Liberals. Yeah. Yeah, no. Susan Ley's a fucking monster. I just had to look up to be sure before I said anything. But no, she's terrible. She is really bad. She is not one of the moderate liberals. She's super fucking bad. But we'll see. Oh, yeah, see, Safi, you vote Labour. In Dubbo, one of my sisters and her husband are actually really active in the Labour Party. They don't just vote Labour. They're, Labour organisers. And they hold out hope. They'll flip Dubbo at one point. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't know. My dad was a small business owner. He was probably quite conservative. He was into weird Catholic doctrine, so he was probably a conservative voter. Never actually asked. But yeah. It's a whole thing. And I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm honestly surprised I lasted this long. At various times today, I have felt pretty tired. So you probably get harassed if you're a Labor member in your town. I don't know that someone would kill you, but Alexander, cishet white male in rural Cambridgeshire. Yeah, I mean, it has certainly made my life much easier as well. Although not cishet enough, I got all sorts of shit. People, including my dad, thinking I was gay growing up because I wasn't cishet enough. I don't know. West Dubbo. I think West Dubbo votes for Bob Catter. Quite honestly, that's what West Dubbo's like. I think they vote for Bob Catter. I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah, that's Weirdsville in Dubbo. I see. Yeah, okay. You and me can empathize, Safa. You know, your stepdad says that. My dad was sure I was gay. I was like, no, I'm just kind of fucking. Yeah, no, and that's the whole thing. There's nothing against anyone who is gay. It's just an observation. Behaviorally, my behavior has led various people to be sure I was gay, and I'm not. But you know. Oh God, official Justin going to be sad when they're all gone. Someone will replace them. I mean, because they're all old and they'll die. But yeah, Safra. I never had a girlfriend at school. That was Catholic guilt. Catholic guilt worked too long. I can hear Shadow being weird, which probably means Mrs. Angry's going to bed. So I think I'm going to go to bed. So that would be time for the official consumption of the cherry. Egg and bacon for breakfast. I should have fucking done that today. Might have had more energy. Oh my God, that cherry's so fucking nice though. Oh my God, yum. So fucking good. Bacon and eggs, bacon sandwich maybe for breakfast. I don't know. I might be too lazy to do it in the morning. We'll see. In all probability, there will be a Sunday night stream. I always got to throw in with all probability because shit can happen. So yeah. Ooh, official Justin, eggs on toast is nice. See, that's the opposite, Alexander. You're lesbian, aren't disappointed. She thought you were gay. Oh yeah, good stuff. Oh my God, there is a fucking bakery. It's in a few suburbs called Wood Frog. Their sourdough or baguettes. They do like these sourdough baguettes. Oh my God, they fucking kick ass. They're so good. You've said all this. Jesus Christ, I might go up and get one of their baguettes tomorrow. They are so good. Anyway, you find people. Please take care. Really enjoyed having you around tonight. And I am going to go sleepy bobos. And if you're around tomorrow, probably see you tomorrow.